Today I'm going to give you a detailed look at this mirror dash cam so that you can decide if this is the right dash cam for you. So first off, I'm going to start by showing you all the different accessories that come with this because there are quite a few. I'll also give you a quick look at the hardware so you can see the different features and how well this is made. And then I'm going to give you an up close look at the different menu items and how the touchscreen works. And then finally at the end of the video, I'll show you how this looks installed in my car and what it looks like with real world usage. Let's go and take a closer look at everything that's included with this dash cam. So you of course get the dash cam itself, and we will take a closer look at this next in the video. So this is the power cable. You just plug this end into your cigarette lighter. This is the GPS module. You get your memory card. This is the rear cam. And then this little packaging comes with some of the mounting straps as well as the instructions. So next up, we'll take a closer look at the dash cam itself, and I'll talk about some of the features. So here's a closer look at the dash cam itself. As you can see, the form factor is very nice. It literally looks just like a rear view mirror. So when the screen is not on, this actually acts as a reflective surface. So you can use it as a mirror. You can see me in the reflection right now. So that's pretty nice. But when you turn this on, which I'll do in a minute, the screen then activates and it becomes a touch screen. And then you can access the camera and the different files and things like that. But I will show you that next. But first I want to show you just some features and details about this, the hardware itself. So overall, the build quality is very nice. As I mentioned earlier, the screen is touchscreen. So this has a 4K camera up here. There's also a rear camera that you can install in the back or a backup camera. So that's 2.5K. Down here at the bottom, so this is the power button. Back here, so these are the straps along with the brackets that you use to mount this on your existing mirror. So it's very simple, very easy to install this. I also did want to point out that this camera right here, actually you can move this. So you can tilt this up and down using the controls on the screen that I'll show you a little bit later. And then up here at the top, there are different ports. So this does actually have audio on it. This can both record audio as well as play audio. So there are speakers right here. This port is for the GPS module. This is the port for the memory card. There's currently a memory card installed in here. So when you first put the memory card in, it's going to ask you to format it, but it only takes a few seconds. And then you have two USB ports, or USB-C ports, excuse me. One is for to power the camera, and the other one is for the backup camera. So that's pretty much it for this camera itself. You can also connect this to an app, which is also very convenient. But next up, just so you can see this better, I'm going to show you this connected to my little backup battery here so that I can turn this on and power it up and show you the different menu items in the house so it's easier to see. And then later in the video, I'll actually show you what this looks like installed in the car and working. So next up, I'm going to power on this dash cam just so I can give you a closer look at what the screen is like and the different menu items and different details. Just to make it easier to see and to film this, I am going to do this here at my desk, and I'm going to use this as my power source right here, rather than trying to film this with it mounted in my car, which is a little bit more difficult to show you. But I am going to include some footage at the end of this video where this is installed in my car so you can see what it looks like. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just going to insert the power. This is plugged in at the top right here. As you can see, just plugging in the USB-C cable. So this should power on in a minute. There it goes. See the PLC logo. So this is now booting up. So as you can see here, there is a nice speaker on this. It also prompts you when the recording is started. Up here, you can see it's recording at 4K, and then there's a little recording signal. Also notice right here, there's a heads up display. It shows you the direction you're going. This says north with 0 miles per hour because I'm not moving, as well as a time and date stamp. You will need to make sure that you install the GPS module in order for this to be able to track your direction and speed correctly. So this only stays on for a few minutes for safety reasons, the camera. This will turn off by default and turn back to the regular mirror mode. But this is a touchscreen, so if I touch this, it's going to go here and pull up the main menu. So down here at the bottom, there are a row of icons. Over here on the left, this is actually how you tilt the camera up and down. So there's a down arrow. You can see in the background, the image shifted. If I tap it again, you can see the camera angle changed again because you can see more of the background. So that is nice that you can adjust the camera using these. On the opposite side, this is the brightness control. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but you can go from low brightness to high. Up here, you can see there's the Wi-Fi signal. This does support Wi-Fi 6. As I mentioned earlier, this also supports an app, which is really nice. Again, up here, time and date stamp. The first icon at the bottom is a house. If you tap that, you can hear the recording stopped. So here's the different menu items. You've got your little clock in the middle. Uh, the first one is to go back to the dash cam. So that takes you back. But let's go back. So if I click home, so here's a file explorer. This is where you're going to find all of your different videos that you've recorded. So as you can hear, it does record audio, but you can turn that off. You can use this over here to the right to scroll through the different files you have. So let me find one where I'm actually driving. So here's one where I'm driving. You can see the picture is very clear. Again, this is 4K. So let me go back. And incidentally, you can also remove these from here and view them on your computer by using the memory card that's currently installed inside of this. So up here you have your different camera settings. You can set video length between 1 minute, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes. The frequency of the sensor, you can turn on the parking monitor. There is a time-lapse mode, time-lapse duration, audio recording, timestamps. There's a rear view option, so plenty of different options that you can tweak. And then here's the system settings. You've got the volume settings, the boot up sound. You can adjust your touch sounds, the auto screen turning on and off, your date and time settings, language settings, GPS information. There's just so many different things you can tweak. You can format your memory card. There's the Wi-Fi information, as well as a Wi-Fi frequency. You can do a factory reset. You can also choose your speed units between miles per hour and kilometers. So just a plethora of different options you can do with this device. So it's really, really nice. So that's just a high level overview of the different file menu files and settings that are available on this. So next up, I'll show you what this looks like installed in my car in real world use. So here is a look at this dash cam installed. So installing this was pretty easy. All you really need to do is you actually just mount this to your existing rear view mirror by using these rubber straps and the bracket on the back of this. And it takes literally 2 or 3 minutes. And then you also have to make sure that you install the correct cables. So you'll see there's 3. So this one right here is for the rear dash cam, which I did mount to my back window, but you can also mount that externally if you want to. For me, I decided to do it internally. Over here, we have 2 more cables. So these are for the power as well as the GPS module. So right now it's off because it only stays on for a minute for safety reasons, but to turn it on, just tap the screen. And now you can see this is the front view camera. Very nice picture, very clear. Over here you can see since you have the GPS module installed, you can see earlier, right here it shows you the miles per hour as well as the time and the date. If I tap the screen again, I have some different options now. So over here I can actually tilt and pan the camera, which is really nice. Then over here we have the home button. Recording stopped. So that takes you to the main menu where you can see, go back to the dash cam. You can go to the file explorer. So this is where you're going to be able to look for all your different videos that you've already recorded. So as you can see, you hear my audio talking. You can actually record audio with this or also turn it off. Over here we have different camera settings. I did show you these a little bit earlier, so I won't go through those again. And then we have the different system settings. Again, I went through these earlier without the glare, so you could see it previously and earlier in the video, but I just wanted to mention those again. So to get back to the dash cam, recording started. You can hear it says the recording is started. Right here, this icon that allows you to turn the audio on or off. Right there, you can snap a photo. Over here, you can start and stop the video recording. And then over here, you can lock the video. And over here on the far right side, you have the ability to adjust the brightness. To switch between the rear and front cameras, all you have to do is swipe. So it's pretty easy. So right there, that's the rear camera, which I have mounted in the back window. That was pretty simple. Again, you just have to plug in the cable and then route it to the back of your car. And I have it mounted just to the window, but you can mount it externally also. To go back to the front camera, just swipe again, and now we're back at the main camera. So pretty simple and pretty easy to use. And as you can see, a really nice, big, clear picture that you can see. And this does turn off automatically, and then it converts back to a regular rear view mirror. So pretty nice device. All right, so there you have it. So if you're looking for a dash cam that's very easy to install, has a high quality 4K camera, and just a ton of other nice features, then this is definitely a great option to consider.